Does Australia have enough water for nuclear reactors? This is one I get all the time, especially because we're such a dry and drought-prone country. To put it simply, a nuclear reactor is basically just a really fancy way of boiling water to make steam. When the uranium atom is split, that produces a lot of heat, which then boils water, which turns into steam and spins a turbine. That spinning turbine then powers a generator which produces your electricity, and then after that it all needs to be cooled down again, so you run some more water through the system so it cools down and can all be reused all over again. Here's the thing. It works pretty much the same way as our current coal-fired power stations do, except instead of using coal to heat up and boil the water to produce steam, we're using uranium. What this means is that pretty much anywhere you can use a coal-fired power station, you can use a nuclear reactor too. This is why it makes so much sense to just put them on the exact same sites that we already have. In fact, once you factor in the full life cycle of the reactor, they actually use slightly less water than a coal-fired power station because coal is less thermally efficient, which means it loses a lot more water during cooling, which then gets lost and evaporated. As a general rule, nuclear uses about 2,500 to 3,000 litres of water per megawatt hour produced, and coal uses about 3,000 to 4,000 litres of water per megawatt hour used. There's been a lot of fear-mongering about this because it's got quite politicised and people want to sell renewables, but it's just not true. We have so much water. It isn't a problem for nuclear energy in Australia, even in a drought.